Hell of a performance by the defense. So I'm going to keep it rolling while it's hot, and just the way that they've been able to play, the intensity, been able to take the ball over and get the ball back. And it's always here when we can take advantage of those opportunities as well. So just need that same intensity here moving forward.
How much did it mean to you that after the fumble they were able to tighten up and force the field goal?
I mean, it's everything. It's complimentary ball in a sense. One phase of the team having the other phases back. And, I own that completely. I'm very aware of what was going on the play. He made a great catch. And then the other one just caught me at a bad moment. Had one hand on the ball, got to protect the ball better. So, always good when we can rally around those things and continue to persevere, be a resilient team, and move forward.
How were you able to rebound after those turnovers and drive the team the other way for that touchdown?
It's just, kind of momentum is an illusion in a sense because it can end and begin at any moment. And so just treating every play as its own.
What did you see on that interception?
I had them. Knew exactly what they were going to do. Had a good eye for it. Seven just made a hell of a play. And much respect to him making a hell of a play. Tried to fit it in there. Could have got outside to Grant. Actually told Grant that was going to happen, and I didn't pull the trigger on it. So I own it. And I own the fumble as well. And it'll be an opportunity for us to grow from it. I'll learn from it as well.
On the touchdown to Dallas, that rusher came out. Were you expecting that? How soon did you see him?
Sorry?
The touchdown to Dallas, whenever the rusher came to you, you got past him, was that someone you anticipated, or how quick did you see him? What did it take to kind of rush? Because it seems like they were coming after you that time.
Yeah. That was actually, we didn't turn the protection to him, so he ended up coming free through the gap. And it was either I get the ball out or I make a play. I chose to make a play. And Dallas made a hell of a catch.
You had a number of throws downfield off the scramble drill. Obviously, you guys working on that a lot, but how important was it for your receivers to find space against those
coverages? I just think everybody's alive on every play. That's the mentality of it. Everybody's alive. Everybody has an opportunity to get to play on any given play. There are some that I like to have back in terms of an opportunity that maybe we could have taken advantage of if we're on the same page or if there's a better ball to them. But in the end, everybody showed up and just kept playing. And I know obviously that starts with me. That starts with my mentality, my intensity, my focus, and what I go out there and do. And so I'm just trying to lead and be present and serve my team in the ways that I can.
After the fumble, you kind of went up and down the bench, like shaking everybody's hand.
You saw that?
What's that?
So you saw that?
I did, yes. So, what was that? What was kind of going through your mind in the moment? Like, were you trying to tell these guys, like, keep your head in there and, everything, and I'll own it?
No, I think it's just we're in it together, and I have, zero pride or anything involved in owning my mistakes. And so I made a mistake, and it hurt the team, but I was thankful for they had my back, and more so the defense and how they responded and how they played and just the conversations we have. And I think that's something that starts in the middle of the week, not even on Sundays, but we know that it takes all of us. And then obviously everyone, offensively just knowing we're just going to keep pressing and keep moving forward, keep staying with it, keep throwing punches. And that's exactly, I think, how we handled it.
There's a report that you hurt your ankle. You were dealing with something with your ankle, and Nick accidentally said something about there being an ankle last week. Is that something that you're dealing with?
I'm fine. Did it look like it was hurting today?
I'm just asking if there's an injury or something.
I'm just asking how did it look. I watched the whole game.
How soon before you start thinking about Washington? How soon before you start thinking about Washington?
I watched the tape on the plane. And meet with the coaches briefly on the plane, and dive through it, process it, and then as soon as we lay foot back in Philadelphia, it's over. We're moving on. Usually you put a 24-hour rule on it. I do. But it's obviously something that would be lessened and brief. So we'll get going.
How different is it when you have all your weapons on the field? I think this is really only the second time all year. And does it make things harder in some ways because you know everybody's not going to get the ball?
Yeah, well, I've been on this road in terms of hitting on. There are a lot of mouths to feed, and that's something that you have to navigate. And I think that's not solely on me in terms of how we call it and how we decide to pursue the game and getting guys involved. But ultimately, it's my job to go out there and execute whatever's called. And so, it takes, for the things that we're trying to accomplish, it takes a group of selfless men. And knowing that everybody has a role, and everybody's role may look different, it may vary, it may have different wages on it from game to game, but ultimately, it's about winning. And I've posed the question before rhetorically, and I've said, when did winning not become the main thing? And that's exactly what this thing is about. Everybody being together in that, everybody understanding the mission, the vision of what we're trying to accomplish as a team.
Seemed like everybody's pretty excited for Johnny Wilson to get his first touchdown. I think he was one of the guys who was with you in Texas or wherever you worked out. What did that mean to you for him to get his first touchdown? Man,
it means a lot because you start to get down to the stretch of the season, and sometimes I think guys, especially young guys, they try and search for their place on the team. What's their role? And you got to be diligent. You got to be patient. Anais, Johnny, those guys just pressing on. Anais wasn't even on the active for it. Well, he missed like the first 5 weeks. I don't know what for, but he wasn't on. He wasn't suiting up, and he went through a little process there. And then Johnny just showing up, doing a lot of dirty work. I think he had a touchdown. I think it was a touchdown last week, but had that wiped off the board. But just to see him persevere, the excitement when Jahan makes the catch last week, those are the things that are pure. And he's appreciative of all of his opportunities. And I think, just anytime you get the chance to build, when you talk about building that trust, you talk about building that connection, that's what it comes down to. And that doesn't just apply to Smitty on a one-hand catch last week like we all discussed, and that trust and connection we have, or, fourth down call, getting to AJ on a vertical, the trust that we have in that and all the work that we put in, but trying to build that rapport with every single last guy on the team, every last skilled guy. And I'm just happy for Johnny, able to execute the scramble drill and make a play, and we need to continue to keep building. I think we all have a lot of history here, and it feels good to win at home again. 4 hours away, but I take it, and I know for Kellen, it does feel good to win, in the state of Texas, but it's all bigger than that, it truly is. Oh, nobody's even, it's kind of, you have your moments where you bring it up and it's like, okay, this is where we are. But ultimately, everybody's truly invested in just doing their part, and doing their part.